Fatty liver. Do you have hepatic steatosis? Fatty liver affects 1 in every 4 Brazilians, according to estimates. And since it's a silent disease that in most cases shows no symptoms, you might have it and not even know. And even worse, some foods you believe are healthy might actually be the cause. And here I'll show you the top 5. You won't believe it. One of these foods is considered detox, but it can cause severe damage to your liver. Hello family, welcome to another video here on our channel. Fatty liver, although it doesn't show symptoms in most cases, is a serious condition. Besides being the beginning of serious liver problems like cancer and cirrhosis, it's also a warning sign for other diseases, including diabetes. But how can you know if you have fatty liver? What's causing it and how can you reverse it in just a few weeks? That's what today's video is about. So go ahead and give it a thumbs up, leave your like. You know how important it is for my work and I know it costs you nothing. Don't forget to share it in your groups too and tell me, do you have fat in your liver? What do you do to reverse it? Write it down in the comments below. Let's go. In this video, I'm going to show you which tests you need to take to find out if you have hepatic steatosis, if there's fat in your liver, and what stage it's at. I'll explain why this condition is so serious, even though most people don't give it the importance it deserves, since after all, it shows no symptoms. Now, I'll also talk about what might be causing this fat in your liver, and believe me, some foods you think are healthy might actually be the cause. And finally, the most important part, how to reverse it. Yes, it's possible to reverse fatty liver in just a few weeks and in a very simple way. So let's start with the tests. Well, obviously you go to your doctor, get your checkup done, and then what? There are 2 basic tests to check your liver health. First, a series of tests known as a hepatogram. That includes aspartate aminotransferase, alanine aminotransferase, albumin, bilirubin, and lactate. Then, depending on the results, your doctor will evaluate. But the most important thing is to get a liver ultrasound. Through the ultrasound, you can check the degree of your hepatic steatosis. It can be grade 1, mild, grade 2, moderate, and concerning, grade 3 or grade 4. And through the ultrasound, you can assess that. Is it necessary to do these exams frequently? I recommend adding it to your routine checkup starting at around age 40 or 45. Then yes, at least once a year, it's important to evaluate how your liver is functioning. But even if you're young and overweight, especially with visceral fat, I still recommend checking how your liver is doing. Even in children, fatty liver disease is becoming increasingly common. Yes, I'll explain why this is happening. But why is fat in the liver so serious? Well, it's a sign of severe inflammation. Our liver is a vital organ, everyone. It's the main detox organ in our body. Everything we consume is metabolized in the liver. The beer we drink on weekends is processed by it. The medications we take, our energy metabolism, all of it happens in the liver. It purifies everything. It also stores several important nutrients, such as vitamin B12, iron, and the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. When it becomes inflamed, it starts accumulating fat inside the hepatocytes, inside the liver cells, and this leads to several problems. Weight gain. Since your metabolism becomes compromised, you gain weight more easily. You begin developing insulin resistance, which in the long run can lead to diabetes and chronic inflammation. Our whole body, due to this inflammation, also becomes inflamed, and this chronic process leads to several long-term degenerative diseases. So you see, it's a simple silent syndrome with no symptoms, but extremely dangerous. So, why is my liver accumulating fat? What's causing it? There are 3 main causes. The first one you've probably heard of is alcoholic fatty liver disease. People who drink every day, chronic drinkers, alcoholics, develop this condition. Alcohol is a toxic substance, folks. And who's responsible for clearing it out? All the toxic substances we ingest are detoxified by the liver, so that excess alcohol goes straight there. There's an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase that converts alcohol into acetic aldehyde, acetaldehyde, which is an even more toxic substance. But that process must happen for elimination, and this high toxicity causes liver inflammation, hepatic steatosis. Another major cause is the excessive use of medication. People are taking too many drugs. Some even have a shoebox full of pills. Medication for sleep, for happiness, for everything. You feel pain, take a pill, it affects your stomach, so you take a proton pump inhibitor, and soon you're taking a handful of medications. So it's essential to stay in touch with your doctor to ensure you're not taking new medications just to counter the side effects of others. This evaluation needs to be done by your doctor. Another main cause of steatosis is dietary hepatic steatosis. Because then you might say to me, look, Moacir, I don't drink, I don't take medication, and I still have hepatic steatosis. Why? Or worse, I have a nephew or niece who's around 9 or 10 years old and already has hepatic steatosis. That's dietary steatosis. Certain foods are extremely toxic to our liver, and I'm going to show you the top 5 right now. The first one, you can probably guess, is sugar. Sugar. It doesn't just cause weight gain, which by itself is already an inflammatory process. Sugar is made up of 2 molecules, glucose and fructose. Glucose can be used by the muscles, the brain, the intestines, and several organs, but fructose cannot. It can basically only be processed by the liver. It can be used a little by the kidneys and intestines, but very little. 95% can only be metabolized in the liver, and that's the problem. When you consume too much, your liver can't process it all, so it ends up turning into fat, and that's what causes fatty liver disease. So if you're overdoing sugar, that could be the reason. Then comes the second food, which is quite similar to the first, processed foods. Processed foods, frozen meals, stuffed cookies, everything that comes in packages, bagged bread, all of that. Take a look at the labels. They often contain corn syrup, glucose syrup, or fructose syrup. Those are all sugars rich in fructose. Third one, okay, folks? Soda, fructose again. Soda is sweetened with high fructose corn syrup. There are people, folks, who drink a 2-liter bottle of soda every single day. Of course, that's going to affect your liver. Fourth, you won't believe the last one. The last one will really surprise you. But fourth, fruit juice, especially boxed juice. What's the sugar found in fruit? Fructose. And when you make juice, you remove the fiber, most of the nutrients, and concentrate the sugar, which is mostly fructose. And that again causes inflammation in your liver. Boxed juice is even worse, okay? Fresh juice is also high in fructose, but it's less harmful than boxed juice. Prefer juices made from less sweet fruits like passion fruit or lemon. And finally, everyone pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Green tea, Moacir. I've seen your videos here defending green tea, saying it's great. And it really is. It's an antioxidant, it's stimulating, it helps protect the liver, but too much green tea can be extremely toxic to it. So what's happening? If you just drink green tea in the morning and afternoon, there's no problem. But what are people doing instead? They drink green tea in the morning and make more to sip throughout the day. Then they take a supplement made with green tea and a weight loss product that's also based on green tea. By the end of the day, that's a huge amount of green tea. And that excessive intake is extremely toxic to the liver. It can cause serious inflammation. There have already been a few cases, not many, it's true, but some where people had to be hospitalized urgently with chronic liver inflammation. Green tea is great, but drink it in moderation. Like everything else, right, folks? So let's go. Moacir, I found out I have grade 1, grade 2, or grade 3 steatosis. How can I regenerate my liver? How can I reverse it? The good news is that the liver has an incredible ability to regenerate. It can recover in just a few weeks. First things first. During this period, no alcohol. Okay, folks, let's take a break from drinking. Not even on weekends. Let's wait until your liver returns to normal. After that, you can drink in moderation. But for now, stop alcohol during this liver regeneration process. Cut out the junk food. Let's eliminate sugar, avoid processed foods, and focus on real food. Real food, plants and animals, plants and animals. Spend about 4 weeks eating plants and animals, and you'll see how much your liver improves. Exercise, physical activity helps with detox because it increases your energy demand, and your liver ends up using that stored fat for energy. And finally, intermittent fasting is an excellent detox method. Moacir, I can't do intermittent fasting. What should I do? That's fine. Try having longer intervals between meals. Don't eat every 3 hours. Doing so spikes your insulin every 3 hours. That inflames your liver. So give yourself longer breaks between meals, and that alone will help a lot. If you cut out alcohol, processed foods, and sugar, give yourself longer intervals between meals and exercise. In about 6 or 7 weeks, your liver will be much better. It can return to normal very quickly. Good news! The liver regenerates quickly. My website is www.dedadordremoacir.com.br. There you'll find the supplements I use and recommend, my courses and free materials. Don't forget to check out my website. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's free, folks. Just click subscribe, hit the bell, and don't forget to like the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to share it, and I'll see you in our next chat, folks. See you then.